So we know that you've kind of mastered a lot of different sports, played a lot of different sports. From a competitive standpoint, when you're waiting on a kick or waiting to kick the ball and you know it's a pressure situation, what goes through your mind as a competitor?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, to me, every kick's kind of the same. It's just a routine I get into on game day. I go through my process. As a competitor, I feel like it's a little bit of a different mindset when you get into a game, obviously. A little bit more locked in. Obviously, you're getting put in certain situations where they're clutch moments or pressure moments, and those are the areas you kind of just got to live to enjoy. And that's where becoming an NFL kicker is what I want to do. Is you got to thrive in those situations and want to be in them.
What's the difference between you as a kicker this year versus last season, other than making more kicks, obviously?
I don't know. I'm definitely in a good mind space. Kind of getting into a little bit of a rhythm, and that's a big part of being a kicker anywhere. Anyone you ask is going to tell you once you kind of get into a rhythm, you're confident. It just becomes a little bit easier.
Mike Clay yesterday talked about the relationship you and Aaron and Rick have. I mean, how did that kind of develop through the course, I guess, of the off season?
Yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of time together, on and off the field. We spent a lot of time off the field together, and I think that obviously that chemistry helps. Gotten a million reps together, so everything's clicking there. They've been outstanding all year, so it's making my job easy.
Anything off the field wise you guys do together with families?
Me and Aaron golf a lot. Gotten to know his wife a little bit, so I mean we're spending a lot of time together.
Who's the better golfer?
I am.
Kickon's block on the field goal Sunday. I'm sure you watch the other team, when they're kicking. Can you tell, like, hey, that looks like we might get a block there or something? I mean, you watch that?
I wouldn't say based on alignment. No, you can't really tell. It all happens kind of really quickly. So obviously a gap opened up there for him. We had obviously a great scheme drawn up. Clay did a great job this week, and Kayvon squeezed through there and made a heck of a play.
Is there a part of you that feels for the other kicker?
I mean, during the moment, I don't think so. I mean, it's obviously a tough situation. It's obviously not his fault. He, looking back, he hit a great ball. He got it off in time. We made a heck of a play.
You've been pretty. I shouldn't say pretty good. You've been perfect on extra points this year. Is that a particular area you've focused on?
I wouldn't say it's a particular area I focused on. I would just say making good foot-to-ball contact, having good rhythm, hitting a good clean ball, whether it's a field goal or extra point. That's what I focus on.
We spoke a few years ago about when they moved it back. It's no longer the gimme, and percentages show that. So
yeah.
So how often do you kick from that distance during the week?
Obviously, you're going to get most of your kicks there. So, I mean, throughout the course of a year, I don't know what the stats say or how many I've kicked or anything like that. But obviously, you get most of your attempts from that distance. So, whether we start with that during a field goal period or end with it, you're usually getting one or two there every time you're kicking with the team. So.
From an amateur eye, it's hard to tell the difference between.
Sorry, repeat that.
Just from an amateur eye, it's hard to decipher the difference between like a good holder and maybe what makes a great holder. I mean, so what in that process makes a.
I mean, it all starts with the snapper up front. I mean, it's Rick's job to get the laces right and put it in the right spot so it makes it a nice seamless transition to the hold, and then it's Aaron's job to get it down right on the spot that we have designated, and right tilt, laces forward if that isn't if that wasn't successful on Rick's part. So I mean, there's a lot that goes into it all in 1.2 seconds. So it's got to look good. It can't be moving, obviously. So we've done a lot of work, and Aaron's done a heck of a job.
Everybody talks about you and how competitive you are. How did that competitiveness sharpen through the years? How did you get to be that?
I mean, it's just always been in me. Ever since I was a kid, whether it's tennis, whether it's baseball. I mean, whatever season it was, I was playing a different sport, and I was trying to be the best at that sport. So, I mean, it kind of just translated into my kicking game, and it's a little bit different because you're not really competing against other guys. So you're competing constantly with yourself every day. So, I think that's made me better as a kicker, and I think it's a good characteristic to have.
If you think about when you first got here, you kept a pretty low profile. It's year 5 for you now. You're one of the veterans on this team. Has that changed behind the scenes? Like are you more of an active, I guess, person behind the scenes in the locker room and whatnot?
I don't know. I mean, I try to be here and there. Try to give my input where it's due, but at the same time, I'm focused on my job, whether it's year 1 or year 5 or year 10, 15, whatever it is. So I mean, we have a very tight knit group in the specialist room, obviously, and it's the same work going in as year 1.
When you evaluate yourself and a field goal is blocked, what are the coach? I guess the internal coaching points for you when it's blocked when you see that play.
I mean, for me, I know right away whether I hit a good ball or not, or whether the timing was off if we were slow. So I know all that stuff right away. I can go back and look at the film, but it's not my job to go back and critique what everyone else is doing. I think we've done a heck of a job on the field goal protection all year. The one that we did have blocked early in the year, I mean, the guy just made an unbelievable play. Everyone's in the NFL here. Everyone's going to make a good play. So, but for me, I pretty much know right away. I'll go back and watch it and just look at it. But
What about Clay's approach stands out to you?
Clay's awesome. I mean, he's competitive. He likes competing with us. He draws up great schemes every week. He's relatable. The guys love him. The guys love playing for him. So it's been a great transition. Really enjoy it.
How does he compete with you? He's not kicking field goals.
You'd be surprised. Drop kicks, throwing the ball around, trying to hit uprights. It's always competition.
He was a long snapper in college. Has he shown you guys any of his skills?
Yeah, he'll throw it out there every once in a while. He's still got it.